This is Conversations
with Ronnie, Keith,
and Iris. Welcome to Conversations with
Ronnie, Keith,
and Edie. Oh, she's just giving me a look. Thank you, guys.
Come on.
I thought that
I gotta say it. Stop
you were gonna
calling
say
my
something
name like
crazy.
that.
Well, that's your name.
No.
It is your name, right?
I think it sounds more fun in like
English. No, I don't think so. It sounds very boring. This is episode 39. If you guys don't know, very boring to say it in English. Listen, we first off want to thank you guys for all the support and feedback.
All that love.
With Dr. Mort Orman. We've got a few episodes down the pipeline coming up, guys, that are already recorded.
Oh my God, you guys are going to love this Friday's episode. Or should I say,
Well,
I'm speaking in...
Today is this Friday.
Well,
you mean next Friday?
Next Friday, yes.
Yeah, we've got a few. We've got a few of them.
So are you dropping that one next week?
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, man, I wanted you
already
to do it last week.
Well...
The one that we interviewed last week, remember?
Well, remember, it's in between me and you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I got the days mixed up.
You're out of it.
I am.
It's okay. We got to supercharge the brain.
Yeah. It's been a crazy week, hasn't it?
It really has. Listen, I want to talk to you guys about something that we really have not discussed on the show and just kind of dropped it. And it hasn't really said it, right? We haven't officially said it, but the show, as you know it, Conversations with Ronnie Keith, is over. It has transitioned now to Conversations with Ronnie Keith and Edie, where I am joined by my wife on these interviews with these extraordinary people that we're talking to, like you heard Dr. Mort. So you will hear more of Edie with me on these interviews as we talk with these people and interview them. And every other week, of course, will be just her and I talking to you guys, discussing our life and topics and things like that. There may be some times where there's an interview and you may hear myself doing the interview. You know, she's not joining me for whatever reason. It may be more than likely like a follow-up. Like we have to complete the Dr. Professor Antoine series. Still have to do the part 2 for Dwayne and John, and then also follow up with Darrell, and then also I like to say these are going to be like quarterly things with me, Antoine, and Rock, and our Black American
I
discussion.
love that.
So
I want you guys to break down the Kendrick Lamar concert.
I don't want to break down his concert. I didn't care for it.
Why? Well, you did not care for it, but I want them to provide me a breakdown of all of them because there was a lot of meanings to it.
I don't care. Anyway.
Oh my God.
Give me a hug. Give me a hug. Give me a hug. Give me a hug. So those are times when you will see me by myself. There's also a few interviews that we have in the pipeline. We haven't done just yet, but we'll be doing probably in the next week or so, where Iris will be by herself doing it. I'll be silent, producing her, running her crazy because I want things ran a certain way, as you know, but she will be doing it on her own because she does such a phenomenal job. Very proud of you.
Thank you. Can I say this real quick?
No.
Well, I'm still going to say it anyways. Mira. ¿Qué te pasa?
Come on, say it.
I just wanted to say that I appreciate all the love and support, not only that we're getting for the Short Desk podcast, but personally those that have reached out to me, family, friends, and people that just, hey, I listened to your podcast. I just wanted to say how good you and your husband sound and how good I sound. So I just want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. It means so much to me when somebody takes the opportunity to say, hey, I just listened to that episode and I want to compliment you on how good you did or how good you and your husband sound. And the reason why I say that is because as a person that English is not her first language is definitely a big accomplishment for me. Mira, hey, toma, tra. Just kidding. It means a lot because, like I said, English is not my first language. As someone like me that came here, didn't know any English, couldn't really talk. I didn't understand. I mean, you guys will be surprised. I did not know any lick of English at all. And I learned English watching a lot of cable TV and all that stuff, as I mentioned in some of those earlier episodes. That means a lot to me because it's like, wow, I don't sound like I do stutter at times, or I sound like, a little crazy. And I do struggle with some of those words, THs, CHs. As you guys could kind of like, ping those when you hear them.
Instead of saying cheese, she says she's.
Whatever. You guys know what I mean. So overall, in summary, Cliff Notes version here. Thank you so much for the personal feedback about me and how I sound on the show. And I just promise you guys, I'm just getting started. We are just getting started. We have so many great conversations later on coming down the road. Not only we are dabbling into interviewing people of all different walks of life. We're going to dabble into people with advice, medical suggestions, things that are people doing that, something that will really, think outside the box. That's the thing. Mm-hmm. I love how we incorporate all these different new guests that are going to come on the show, and you could really relate to a lot of the stuff, like anger management.
Yeah.
That was a phenomenal show.
Yes, it was. And I want to give a shout out to Jasmine, who said she just loved your questions that she was asking.
Thank you.
And she told me to tell you that she was.
Thank you, Jazzy. That means a lot to me.
Really
Thank you.
She really enjoyed the show with Dr. Orman on. And like we said earlier, we have a lot of shows that are already recorded. We probably.
But wait a minute. Isn't that a blessing?
Yes.
That's a blessing to say, because we don't have to sit here and say, oh my God, what are we going to drop on Friday?
Right.
We haven't gotten to that point yet, but we're blessed to say that we have all these shows lined up. And when we interview people,
still going.
Yeah, and still going. And when we interview people, like, well, your show's going to drop on this day, because that's how busy and all the love that we got. And it's been booming.
Yeah. And the one thing that I always look, I'm like, when I tell them after we record with you, I'm like, okay, your episode will be dropping, and I'm thinking they probably want, oh wow, another month or so.
Yes, a couple weeks.
Yeah, and I'm like, but they're okay with it. So I really appreciate the people that we have, and again, we have some already done. We're to be honest with you guys, we're constantly recording and working.
No phone calls. They should know better. Who's that?
John.
Oh, John. We love you, John, but we're recording.
Usually I have a lot of them, scheduled. I put it to you guys like this. It's very rare that it's not a day that we're not recording. Between this show, Short Desk Podcast, which I generally record on Sundays, I'm recording a podcast myself personally about 5 days a week. I want to say maybe 5, maybe 6. But, part of that time, though, I still make sure that even if I am recording, I still have time for my family, still have time to date my wife and everything like that.
Oh, yeah, we still date. We just had a great date yesterday.
Yeah.
Let's tell them about it. Come on, we got to tell them. And it's the best thing ever. And I love that they're doing this more often, because that Florida heat. Well, let me just back up a little bit. Let me be real. After we experience what we experience in California, hey, California people, I love you guys. I love your state. It was beautiful, but that was a lot of heat there. I will not ever complain about Florida heat.
Yeah.
I won't, but it's just something about a farmer's market being outside after like 5 o'clock, was it that they had it? It was a lot better.
Well, yeah, that was good.
They need to do that more often instead of these from 10 a.m. to 2. No.
Yeah, we went.
Come on.
So last night we went to, as we record this on a Thursday, we went to a farmer's market in a city not too far from us called St. Cloud.
How many minutes would you say that is? Because we live in the middle of like Orlando, Kissimmee, St. Cloud. We're right in the middle. Kind of 3 corners instead of 4 corners.
We're Lake Nona, but then there's Kissimmee, then there's St. Cloud. And all that.
They're like down the street and stuff like that.
St. Cloud had a farmer's market downtown. We went last night, and it was from 5 to 9. So it was very different because it's not in the blistering sun.
Oh my God, so much better.
Yeah. And then with the farmer's market, the stores that they have downtown.
Oh, they were so
They stayed
beautiful.
open.
Oh, they had like many boutiques and
Yeah.
little mom and pops. Like I actually have the opportunity to talk to this beautiful lady and her husband. She has her own skincare brand. It's called Honey's. I forgot the name, but it's called Honey Skincare, something like that in St. Cloud. Shout out to them.
Black owned.
Black owned business, and this lady created this brand because she was trying so hard to find her husband some type of remedy for his he has a chronic eczema outbreaks every so often, and she tried to find all these different kind of creams, and she was trying out with shea butter what would work, and she has a beautiful
I
brand.
wish you remember the name of it because you could tell.
Oh my god, Honeys, I forgot, but I
It's
will
insane.
definitely will stop by. I will definitely be stopping by and asking them, to
That's
see,
why they should have been in the crate.
getting more products.
You hear
You're
our-
distracting me.
You hear our dog? No, I'm not distracted.
Yes,
Your
you
dogs
are. I can't even
distracting you.
talk here.
It's your dogs.
No,
So
those are your
I told her to
dogs.
put them in the crate because they're going to act crazy. They love bum rushing themselves into our office here. But now
They're very
they
needy.
hear anything else and they're going crazy. I think
Yeah.
they know we're recording.
Yeah,
they
they
love
need
to do
to.
this.
They need to. They need to like really like go somewhere else. But I wish you guys could see our dogs right now. We have like a double door office door behind us, and they're just staring at us with their beautiful puppy eyes and like, let me in. I
They're
want to be
crazy.
by your feet.
They're crazy. But yeah, so we had a good time with that. That was good.
Oh, and the bacon guy.
Yeah, so there was a guy
Have
out
you
there with-
guys ever seen a person out there showcasing their bacon? Hey, for those people that don't eat pork, screw you. Sorry. Anyways, but like
Wow.
I love bacon. It's weird. I like bacon, but I don't like pernil or none of like I don't eat pork chops. I don't do that stuff. It's weird.
Well, he also had
it's bipolar-ish.
beef bacon out there.
Yes,
as well,
beef bacon
which I
for
didn't
those
like.
that don't eat pork, but I love me some bacon. And oh my God, he has like bacon classes. How do you like make it?
Yeah. Which we're going to look into because I would
bacon.
like to see that. But it was very good. It was a nice night, very good weather.
Yes.
Then
yes,
on Monday of next week, we're part of the Cinemark Movie Club, and they sent
Oh yeah, I
an
feel so
email
cool.
about a movie secret thing. So it's only $5. So we're going to go to the movie theater, and we won't know what movie it is until the credit time for it to start. And it's a movie that hasn't been released.
They like pick it for you. That's so exciting.
Yeah, it's a new movie, so it's not
I
out.
hope it's the Michael B. Jordan movie, Sinners.
Oh, that'll be crazy to see.
I definitely want to see that.
I think
kind of like a cult
you know what I
type
think
of
it'll
movie.
be.
It sounds like it, or it seems like a
No, it's a
cult movie.
vampire movie. I believe.
Oh, it is a vampire?
Yeah,
I thought it was like a zombie type movie.
No, it's a vampire movie. But I don't think that's what it's going to be. I hope it is, but I think it's going to be that
kind of culty,
stupid looking movie with your boy from. I was about to say Vampire Diaries. What's a stupid
Twilight?
Vampire movie? Yeah.
Listen,
Robert Pattinson.
Listen right now. I'm going to stop you right
there.
They
make replicas of him and
hush. I'm going to stop you right there. Twilight is a beautiful story.
Give me a break.
It is a beautiful story. Hate me, people. If you don't like it, I'm sorry, but I am a fantasy freak. Like, I could have a whole episode about fantasy
but
books.
Those movies are stupid.
No, they're not. I love Twilight.
But anyways, we have that. So we have those things coming up. So that's why I was saying, like, even though we're both very busy, we have our regular jobs. We have this podcast.
And it's a lot of work.
That I said that we're recording pretty much almost every day with guests that are further down the pipeline. We'll get a little break here soon. Like, well, the minute I think that we're going to have a break, there's more guests that wanted to come on. So we're still, so we're going to space it out a little bit better.
Yeah.
But
it's been back to back.
Yeah, it's been back to back. So it's been very busy. But, again, I think that the direction that the show is going in is going to be great. It's going to be very good.
All.
Also, we have something else that's going to be down the pipeline.
Ooh, should we tell them about the secret that's in the works? Should we share it?
Let me say this first. We do have a Instagram page dedicated just for this podcast. It's called Conversations with Ronnie Keith and Iris Pod. You can find us on Instagram if you listen to us. We'll have videos of ourselves and things like that. But we do have something else that's coming a little bit later on.
Should we tell them the secret?
We'll announce it when we get closer and closer, when we know that we're getting
I'm excited about this new project that's on the pipeline.
Yeah, I'm very excited as well, but we'll
announce it later.
Yeah.
We have to make sure it comes to fruition, sir, and we will.
Absolutely.
In the name of Jesus.
Amen. So I did ask a question last week on my Instagram page, on my personal one, any topics or show discussions for conversations, and we received a few responses. And dumb me, I did not capture all of those responses. And when I went back to go to the archive, it won't show me. There's only one that I remember because it was very short and sweet, from Darrell, my cousin and co-host.
Shout out to Darrell
podcast. And his question was,
all right,
what is love?
What is love? Child, you don't know what love is? Darrell, I'm speaking to you, sir.
I guess.
Do you know what love is? Answer the question. I want him to answer the question on next week's episode of The Short Desk.
Okay. I'll let him know.
And I can see it. Ronnie Keith, let me just say this. What is love to you, sir?
Yeah.
I like that. That's very challenging.
So, what is love to you?
Oh, wow, that's
I'll answer first.
That's very deep, but you could definitely answer. Give me a moment here.
Yeah, take your time. So, I'll say this. We recently on the Short Desk podcast, which drops every Tuesday on all streaming sites.
Amen.
The name of that episode 197 was Love or Respect. And I put a poll up on that Instagram page, which is the Short Desk podcast. You can follow us there too as well. And what means more to you, love or respect? And overwhelmingly, it was respect.
How do you say it?
Respect.
Put some respect on my name.
Yeah. And we even talked about it in episode 197.
Who said that, by the way?
Birdman.
Oh, Jesus. From respect on my name.
Yeah, Birdman. He went crazy on the Breakfast Club.
I love it.
So I said that respect was more important than love. And I feel that they do go hand in hand, but without respect, there's no love. If you don't respect someone, you're not going to love them. I don't think you can love someone without respecting them. That's just my personal opinion. Love is kind. Love is patient.
Yep.
Love is sincere.
It's respect.
And it's respect more than all. You respect someone, you can love them. Having that respect for them. And a lot of people have the misconception, in my opinion, that respect is fear. Respect is not based on fear. A lot of people feel that now.
No, I think there's a difference.
There is a big difference. And that's why I said that's a misconception. But a lot of people have that thought, and it's not. Respecting someone is loving someone, being there,
Facts.
I feel that if I respect you, then guess what? That means that I'll do anything for you. And that's love. Mm-hmm. Having the mindset and the feelings to do anything for that person. That's love, And a lot of times we don't verbalize it. Oh, I love you or love you. But just having that respect for that person to do anything for them. And when I say anything, I'm not saying go out and commit a murder for them or anything like that. But I mean, in the sensible sense of, hey, I brought you a dinner. I brought you I'm giving you a hug.
Yeah.
I'm calling to tell you I love you. Words of affirmations, verbally, physical touch, all those signs of love, and that's respect. So that's what I believe love is, baby.
To me, I echo exactly what you're saying, like 110%. And I feel like love itself is a profound, connection that transcends beyond emotions, affection, commitment, understanding between two people. I think that's the most important part of it. And I think without respect, there's no love. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Without it, I feel like, especially, and I hate to put this out there because, we're workaholics. In a job, people are not really going to care for you, right? You have to earn that respect first, right? Professionally. But it's the same thing when you're with someone or dating someone or just a friend. You have to respect them first. And I feel that that love part comes after the fact. Like it blends in very nicely there. And I feel like between a husband and wife, love is a force that just it binds souls together. It's a feeling. It's a song. It's a light that turns ordinary things into like magical moments. In my opinion, that's what love is, and I feel like it's a feeling like no other. Like I remember having this conversation with my sister-in-law Kenny. Um, we were talking about dating and all that stuff, and just a disclaimer: if anybody wants to date her, she's beautiful,
Oh my God.
single, and she's cute. So, anyways, we want her to find a man, right?
Man, get out of here. Go on with
She's
your
a
story.
beautiful young
Okay,
lady. Yes, she's
whatever.
beautiful,
Oh my
single, looking. Yes. Holler at her. We're starting to worry. We don't want her to be alone. Anyways,
goodness.
but I had to take care of my sister. But I remember talking to her, and at one point she was going through a situation with a gentleman. And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to put your business out there, but she's like, I was like, do you like him? Do you really, really like him? Do you think you love him? And she's like, I don't know. I don't know I don't know what I feel for this person. And I was like, okay, can you see yourself without them? That's a big thing. And I just want to emphasize on that. Can you see yourself without that person? When you have that feeling, when you cannot be or stand the fact that you're so far away, or you can't stand the fact that, oh my God, I miss this person so much. I think that's what love is, yearning for that person that is your ride to die, the person that you desire to be with. That, I think that's love. And I knew for a fact that, especially when you and I were dating, when you would leave, like we were just dating at that time, we were not boyfriend and girlfriend, I knew that I was in love with you because I yearned for you.
It wasn't a uh
I needed you to sleep next to me.
but it wasn't, was it a love, or was it what's the word? Not an infatuation, but God, I can't.
Sense of security?
No, 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 no. Not sense of security. I'm trying to think of the word right now, but it you knew for sure it was love.
Of course I did,
Okay.
because I never felt that way about anybody where
Okay.
they leave and you're like, okay, cool. That's just
Yeah.
a booty call or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But I knew that I was like, oh my God, this is different. I can't see my life without that person now,
Okay. Okay.
like right next to me.
Hmm.
Or and I knew that my feelings were turning into love, like deep love, when I was like, oh my God, I gotta call him and say, hey, do you mind coming back here?
Yeah.
Hey, I cooked this. I forgot to tell you about it. Or hey,
Yeah, like this was like crazy, right? So I'll go over there, we'll be together, and then we go our separate ways.
yeah.
And
We were just
then
dating. Well, no,
yeah,
not really. I think were we dating, or were we just starting
we
to
were we were we were
like boyfriend and
yeah,
girlfriend?
we were
Yeah,
boyfriend
yeah. It
and
was like the
girlfriend.
earlier
Yeah, it was
stages,
pretty
right?
boyfriend and girlfriend. And I'll lay down, I'll go to bed, and maybe, I'll let her know that I'm home or whatever, and then maybe 10, 15 minutes later after that, because she'll be like, yeah, get some rest, so got to get up early tomorrow, whatever the case is. 10, 15 minutes later, are you asleep?
Mhm.
So after a while, I was like, when she would do that, I said, okay. I wouldn't even say no. I'll just say, I'll be there in a few minutes, because that's how it was. But yeah, I get that too. I could not, it was very difficult. It was very different for me,
Mhm.
in the sense that I desired to be in your presence constantly.
Yeah.
You know what
That's
I
why I
mean?
told her, can you see yourself without him?
Hmm.
That's how you know that you love him.
Hmm. Yeah.
And her word, she was like, no. I was like, okay, so you're not in love.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on.
Yeah.
She's still single though. Come on, get her.
All right. No, we don't know who's listening.
She's beautiful.
Well, we don't know who's listening. We don't need any
Okay.
crazy people that might
All
have
right,
to
all right, all right.
pull something out on. So listen.
But overall, I feel like that's what love is. It's patient and kind. We hear that silly
God is love.
metaphor.
You hear
God
that?
is love.
Yeah.
Yes.
God is love. Yeah.
I feel like it's like a shapeshifter, if that
Mhm.
makes sense. A whisper, a roar,
Mhm.
a sense of yearning for somebody or wanting somebody so bad that you're just like, man, I can't see myself without them. And it's a beautiful feeling to have.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It has a lot of cracks,
Absolutely.
but those cracks mold you
Mhm.
in the future,
Yeah.
make you better.
Let me tell you something. Love is also trust. And
Love is trust.
what I mean by trust is, I'm not talking about the type of trust where, oh, I trust her not to go out and cheat on me and stuff like that. No, I trust my wife that if I ever got to a point where I was incapacitated, where I couldn't do for myself, or, God forbid, I lost my job or anything, that she would be there for me no matter what, and that I would trust her to have my life in her hands. That's the type of love that you should have for someone. That's and there's a difference between loving and being in love with someone. You can love someone but not be, wanting to be with them, but being in love with them is being in the moment of love, and you can't escape that no matter what. And all those things um, come together. And so, my life, you know, for me, if anything happens or something, I would not have to sit there and go, well, I lost my job, my wife's going to leave me. I'm not making any money,
No.
my wife's going to leave me.
Yeah. That's never the case. That's vice versa too for a woman.
Yeah, I got, God forbid, I broke my foot, I can't walk around, my wife's not going to help me.
Right.
Those things happen. I don't have that. For me personally, I don't have that to worry about. There's been times where, hey, I've had stuff happen,
We both
mental
have.
things. Yeah. So, and you've been there every step of the way, never one time, no matter how frustrating it can be, have you ever made me feel like, oh my God, it's something going on and she's going to turn her back on me. I mean, even when we
Never.
weren't even married, and I lost my grandmother, and that was very, very difficult mentally, where I had a mental breakdown. And we were just boyfriend and girlfriend. We were living together, but we were just boyfriend and girlfriend. And you took care of me to the point, like, and this is another thing we talked about on the show on Short Desk Podcast Tuesday, with your mothers and stuff, your mother is so used to being the one to take care of you, especially when it comes to boys, and black men, black men and mothers are, inseparable in most cases. So when that happened with me, you jumped in and you took care of me. My mom just stepped back and and you were just my girlfriend. But she stepped back and she knew before then, but I think that really stamped it for her
Yeah.
with how you took care of me, And so, and it was difficult for her at that time because she lost her mother. But, those things really showed me, because there's been times where you've been with someone else and you thinking, oh, okay, this puppy love, or this thing here that I'm really,
can you see yourself without the person?
right.
It is not just a feeling.
That's right.
It's something that you choose to do.
Mhm.
It's something that you want.
Yes,
And it's
absolutely.
something that is there and
Mhm.
is never going to fade.
That's right.
I just want to point that out. I think that's the major takeaway.
Yeah.
Can you see yourself without that person?
Right.
Like, let me tell you something. I couldn't see myself without you. I knew for a fact, oh my God, my feelings are getting deeper for this guy. What's going on? It's kind of like scary and cool at the same time.
Right.
Same feeling, our children, we love our son.
Mm-hmm.
Can't see our lives without him with his beautiful smile.
That's right.
Same thing with our 4-legged babies.
That's right.
They're everything to us. I think they're the most important people here.
Yeah.
They're spoiled.
Like my Uncle Bubba says, man, they eat better than me.
They do. We have a special diet for our fur babies because we want them to live forever. Again, we're not trying to be bougie, but that's another episode for another time.
Absolutely.
Targeted for doggy lovers. We will drop that episode. I don't know when, but it's coming.
Absolutely. So that's what love means to us.
Yes.
That was a good question that you asked.
That was a great question. I want to know what he thinks, though.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward for that.
All right. That sounds good. But, I think that overall, like I said, you have to be in love and not just settle for the thought of love or the thought of being with someone. I think that's where a lot of people make the grand mistakes of a relationship. It's like, oh, I need to have somebody. Not necessarily you need to have somebody. It's great. God put us on here to be with each other. He did not put us on this earth to be alone. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So he didn't put us on earth to be alone. So don't think that, oh, well, I'm fine because I'm by myself. Not necessarily. But don't be with someone just for the sake of being with someone because
you don't want to be alone.
When you do that, that will lead to a life of misery.
You could tell when somebody has chosen that path, though.
Yeah.
We see it.
And it's like, no.
Yeah.
Don't
you can tell that you're unhappy.
Yeah, don't do it. And don't dwell in that space. You know what I mean? It's just not a good space. It's not a healthy space. It's not good. So, I think that we all have our pluses and our minuses. There's things that I do that drives Iris insane, like nuts. She's pissed off. I mean, listen, it was a couple episodes ago where she got on here. She was pissed off at me about, you know what I mean?
Let's not talk about that.
Listen, when we did the Dr. Mort episode, she came in here. Listen, she likes.
I came in here and do what?
In my office. You try to rearrange my stuff on my desk.
Listen, this office is ridiculous. I'm just going to be real with you guys. It is ridiculous. I'm not going to lie. My office upstairs is messy. It's okay. We are, again, we told everyone this. We are messy people. But this desk, I kid you not, there is a Nike bag, Funko Pops,
well, I gotta find space to put them up.
Espérate un momentito.
Don't be telling everybody
Nike
my business.
box, mason jar. I'm looking at Funko Pop, Cheez-It Snack Mist, cords all over the place, lint roller, tax documents,
air freshener. This thing here that
I can keep going, guys. I'm not kidding.
This thing here that my son made for me when
his son made him a cute little project from ceramics. Charlie Brown.
He actually made two of them. One's over there. There's a
headphones all over the place. Let me see what else we got.
All right, I don't want you telling everybody my business, but
cruise document. Oh, and a bag there of pretzels, almonds,
thin dipped.
Oh, look, you got some scratch offs there too.
Yeah, this one actually.
Did we win anything on those?
$20 on this one.
Pens all over the place.
It was $10. Listen, they say that geniuses keep messes on their desk.
Oh, look at me.
Okay.
Whatever.
But anyway.
So yeah, that's what's in his desk. And I would love to take a picture. Take a picture and actually you should put it as the podcast cover, of your desk. So they understand.
She will come in here and she will take something, rearrange it or something. And then I go nuts because I can't find it. And she came
came in here in a while.
You were about to that day.
I wasn't about to nothing.
You came in here, you said, I can't sit down here. Let me move. I said, don't you mess with my stuff.
I wasn't messing around with your stuff.
Over there.
You're lying now.
You want to put your big ass laptop.
I don't have a big ass laptop.
It looks like it. But anyway.
I have a little laptop.
But yeah, that's what was going to happen.
Oh, and there's a whole bunch of candy wrappers. I wanted just to add
candy wrappers. If there's candy wrappers here.
Oh, ketchup.
Hold on a minute.
Tape.
If there's candy wrappers on my desk, it's because of you. Now she's not going to sit here and tell you guys
Let me see what
that
else.
on her breaks,
you have
when she takes a moment
what
to
is that?
come down here.
Vaseline, coconut, coconut butter
Yeah.
on the desk.
Cocoa butter. Listen, she won't tell you guys when she comes down here, when she wants a break from her job or something, she'll come in here with her little snacks, sit down and eat and leave it here.
Lies you
Shut
tell.
up, Kobe.
Lies you tell.
She will do that. And
What
then,
is this? What box is this?
What is that?
I don't know what this is. This is a TikTok thing?
TikTok thing.
Yeah, you have it here.
What is it? Let me see.
I don't know. And that's another thing too. We ordered things from the TikTok shop, which is such a dangerous
I
thing
don't know
to
what
do.
this is. I didn't order this.
Well, it seems like you did.
Oh, it's a 360 intelligent follow camera head. I didn't order this. Where the hell
That
did you
is
get this
creepy.
from?
So where did that come from? Probably your son.
Well, why would he leave it here on my desk?
I don't know.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Half of this crap is something that y'all leave on.
That Nike box is not ours.
That's you bought me these tennis shoes.
All those, he has a whole bunch of Funko Pops.
Because
guys.
I got to build more shelves.
You need to talk to your father-in-law.
I am. I'm going to talk to Poppy so he can help me.
My father-in-law, ladies and gentlemen, is our handyman. He does everything.
That poor man gets berated.
He loves it though.
His daughter and his wife
beat
him to death about stuff when he knows what to do, and they want to correct him. He's been doing this stuff all his life, and I just feel bad for him.
And then I'm not even going to tell him about what the floor has. There's like a whole bunch of papers on the floor.
It's not papers.
I am not exaggerating, ladies and gentlemen. I promise you, this is 100% transparent. This is the way his desk look, and you would be crazy when you see it.
But it's not filthy. It's not trash on there.
It is.
No,
sorry, it is.
My desk is not filthy.
It is.
No, it's not. Other than the little candy wrappers that you put on here.
I didn't eat those.
I don't eat candy, so I know it's you. You're the only one that has a chocolate craze about you. So it's not me. I don't eat chocolate. I don't eat candy like that. The only type of candy that I have on my desk right now is these Mentos sours, what they call retro sours that we got from Cracker Barrel. That's it. And they're in a can. That's it. Everything else that's food related, for the most part, is you.
All right, but that was just a little
I really
content
don't know where this
there.
camera came from.
I don't know. See, he has a couple boxes that he don't know where they came from.
So here's the thing. You normally, it's either you or Isaac, will drop these type of boxes on my desk and then walk off like
what kind of box is this? What is this? Oh, okay. He has a beautiful Kobe magazine there.
Yeah, because I got to get it framed.
Telling you guys, so this is. I think they just need to get the picture. Put it on the cover, please.
Yeah, I'll take a picture of it.
Okay, put it on the cover so they can see how different this does.
It's not bad. All this is a lot of stuff. And again, most of it is my Funko Pops taking up the most of my desk that I got to find space.
No, wait till you guys see it.
I have
it's really
shelves going around my whole office here, and they're filled with Funko Pops. I probably have about 120 Funko Pops, maybe a little bit more. And I've been getting them for the past year or two, gifts, and I can't fit them up on my wall because I need more shelves.
Oh, boo-boo.
So we're going to rearrange them. Hey, I can't help it that I'm loved.
Pendejo.
But yeah, so we really thank you guys for the support. We will reiterate, we've said it before. You keep hearing it. Do not hesitate at any time that you guys have any questions that you want to talk to.
Please.
Ask Iris and I. You can, whatever app that you listen.
Or right question.
None.
Is there anything that you want us to talk about? Do you know somebody that would love to be part of the podcast? I just want to emphasize on that. Do you know anybody that would love to be part of our show? We would love to, again, interview people of all walks of life. Do you have any personal questions for us? Give us a rating. What do you think? Do you think that we need to work on something?
Yes.
Is there any feedback? We value feedback.
Yes.
It's very important, good or bad. I think we need some feedback in our life. There's always room for improvement somewhere.
Absolutely. So if you do listen to us on Apple Podcasts, you can go down. When you open up the app, when you get that alert, or you start listening to us.
Oh, and let them know too. We don't see who sends the text neither.
Hold on a minute. You're not even letting me.
I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead.
See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't even go into.
I want them to know. We don't know,
but I'm not even going there yet.
Go ahead.
Give us a rating on Apple Podcasts at the bottom. Just rate us 1 star, 2, 3, 4, 5. Leave a comment if you listen to us on Apple Podcasts. Okay. what my wife, my beautiful interrupting wife, was just saying is that fan mail. We talked about it before. We're going to keep pushing it. What Iris was saying earlier about if you want to leave us a comment or a suggestion or something you want to talk about, send us a fan mail. We won't know who it is unless you tell us. All we see is the last 4 digits of the phone number that it was sent from. When you open up whatever app it is that you listen to us on, any of the apps, you will see something at the top that says send a text to Ronnie Keith. All you got to do is click that. It will pop up like a text message. And then you type in the text that you want to, the question or comment that you have for Iris and I, and it comes to us. We'll read it out. We'll answer it. We don't know who it is unless you say your name. So do that. That's it.
That's all it takes.
But
very easy, very straightforward.
Please support us. Continue to support us. We, like I said, we've had some excellent guests in the past. The difference before to now is that most of those interviews, all of those interviews were done by me. Going forward, most of the interviews, aside from what I mentioned earlier, there's going to be a few women only podcasts that Iris is going to do.
Yes.
My series continuing with Rock and Antoine,
that's definitely a solo thing. Yeah.
With Antoine, my follow-ups on the Dwayne story, the John story, those things will be done by me. But the going forward interview style questions, you're going to hear Iris and Ronnie Keith 98% of the time.
Mm-hmm. We're a team
going forward. Correct.
Yeah.
And I think that we are doing a great job with this. And my wife is doing a great job with this being her first foray into podcasting. So the name has changed. It's Conversations with Ronnie Keith and Iris, but it's still the same thing where we speak with and talk to extraordinary people from all walks of life.
I love that.
Yep. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much.
Ready? Yeah. I'm ready to cut it.
Yeah, it's been 40 minutes. I mean, we're going to take up too many people's time today.
Oh, man. See, I didn't realize I had this new profound love for podcasting now. I didn't know it was there.
It was there.
I just didn't.
I knew it was there. You know when I knew it was there? What? How come you want to have me on the Short Desk podcast? I was on there one time and you're not going to have me again?
I was at that time. You only invited me once. Well, look at that. Can you believe what changed? So I have this new profound love for this new, I would say, hobby, this new, what is it? Adventure.
Yeah.
For sure.
All right. Well,
thank you.
Thank you guys. Again, like I said,
thank you for trusting us and believing in us.
Yes.
I promise you guys the next episode after this, oh my God, I just want to give them a quick heads up. It is a beautiful, inspiring story. That's all I have to say.
All of the ones we've done.
All of them are, but the humble beginnings, what a sweetie pie.
Yeah, so.
What great conversation.
Make sure you subscribe, download, support, send fan mail. Follow us on Instagram, Conversations.
Oh, and let me just say this.
Keith and Iris Pod.
LinkedIn. That's a new thing. Yes, LinkedIn is this professional platform. Ooh,
I'm not on there.
I know he's not on there, but I am. For those that want to request me or actually it's connect in LinkedIn, I am also there. You'll see me. Definitely leave any comment, any feedback. We are trying to make sure that we stand out. We're podcast influencers and we're trying to share our stories, as well as some of those stories do aim for patient advocacy, which is very important. So just want to put that out there. You could also follow me in LinkedIn.
Yep. All right. This has been Conversations with
Ronnie Keith
and Edie.
Iris. I'll finish that one off.